Stay tantalized.
Stay tantalized, right?
Tantalized.
Stay tantalizing. Stay tantalizing.
Stay tantalizing.
Stay tantalizing.
Stay tantalizing.
Stay tantalizing.
Stay tantalized.
Stay tantalizing.
What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy, the YouTube champ, Tantalizing Tony, and the producer, Kira.
Hello, everyone.
So listen, this show tonight is probably not going to get a lot of views in the beginning, but if everything goes the way we plan it's going to go, this might get off the chain. So we're going to be watching NXT, but at the same time as we're talking about NXT, we'll be talking about what's going to happen in WWE within the next couple of months. Now, the thumbnail says predictions 2024. Basically, the first quarter of 2024 is what we're going to be talking about.
Up until Mania is what really matters.
Up until Mania is right. So basically, Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Mania, and whatever happens on SmackDown, Raw, and NXT in between. So right now, NXT is on, so we'll be talking about that as well. And if you have any questions or any fantasy bookings, this is the show to talk about it. So in the on the thumbnail and in the actual title, it says with special guest. So we potentially have someone coming in, and we don't want to give you the name until that person gets here, and you'll know when they get here. And if they don't show, it was only because of scheduling issues, and we'll do it next time. And right now, somebody got beat up in the parking lot. Who's this? Blair Davenport and Nikita Lyons. Wow, attacked in the parking lot. They love to do the parking lot things, and wow, they're fighting all the way to the.
That was terrible editing.
That's the best editing I've ever seen in my life.
How'd she change into her gear so quick?
So Nikita Lyons and Blair Davenport were fighting in the parking lot, and they did a quick edit, and now they're in the arena. Now we all know Nikita Lyons was hurt, and she's back.
Oh, right now. Blair versus Nikita Lyons. Right now, opening NXT.
Oh, I predict Tony's going to interview Cat Williams on Friday.
Oh, gosh.
Listen, I get Cat Williams.
I feel like Cat Williams said all he needed to say. What else is there?
I just marked in safe from Cat Williams. Thank God Cat Williams is saying that about me. You know? Or maybe he should say something about me. Give me some gravitas. Clout. Let me ask you a question. What exactly is a clout chaser? Do you know?
So if you have a certain amount of popularity, someone is going to use you or want to collaborate with you or be friends with you so that they can get your popularity.
So that's what a clout chaser is?
Yeah.
Oh, so in other words, if another content creator who doesn't have as much subscribers as me was to come on my show and get subscribers from me, is that clout chasing?
They probably don't have the intention of doing that.
You sure?
Usually cloud chasing is when someone calls, like, let's say I'm a YouTuber and I'm like, hey, Tantalizing Tony, I have a problem with you. Then your name gets drawn into their audience. They're going to check you. Well, they already know you. So now your audience is going over to them so they can see what that guy's saying about you, you know?
Oh. Steven Chambers, I like all your predictions, believe it or not. Cody and Punk at 1 and 2. I think that's awesome.
You know what? This is the show for Richie because he is the mega fantasy booker.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to do it now.
Richie gets up really early, like 2 in the morning. So
listen, bless him. Bless his soul.
So we're watching NXT as we talk about this, guys. And like I said, we hope to have a special guest on tonight.
And guys, if you guys are wondering what he's eating chicken that I made, okay? Let me try to break it down for you. Tiffany Stratton is a ranch hand for the day. So remember, she lost against Fallon Henley, and now she has to be her servant. So I guess every week is going to be something different.
The way you're my servant.
No. Yes, I wanted to make garlic parmesan chicken, but we didn't. I needed finely shredded parmesan, and we didn't have that,
Whatever
so
you-
I made garlic butter.
Whatever you did, it's delicious.
It was good the first day. Now it just tastes like
Not true. It's very tasty.
I don't like it now.
Very flavorful. Very flavorful.
That doesn't look good, Dad. Put it back.
You know.
I'm not even listening to the show right now.
So good evening, everybody. So look, in case you missed what this show's about, basically, let me give you a breakdown.
And now it's time for a breakdown.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
Never gonna get it. You're not gonna keep going to the whoop whoop whoop.
Well. So basically, I got a phone call. I got called in the bat phone
From Triple H. No, I'm kidding. I
tonight.
wish. Gosh, I wish.
Basically, I was told that somebody wants to come onto the show tonight, and hopefully they show. Because
Now, why would you do that, FSR?
what's the problem?
You know that that is gonna fill your head up for the rest of the show, and you're gonna be.
My good friend Mike P. You met Mike and his
I
sons
did.
at
What's it
Bob
called?
Carpenter Center.
That
Mike,
was called? Oh yeah.
I'm
UD.
sorry, Mike. I would love to come for the barbecue, but I'll be at the Rumble.
If you guys hear any rumblings, no pun intended, it is thunderstorming. I heard the states are going to get quite a bit of winter weather all throughout, and the East Coast is getting heavy rains and winds and whatnot. So
once again, if you're confused on why you're here, and thanks for being here.
I'm confused on why.
Well, we're doing a special about 2024 and what some predictions are. Not to mention, we're also watching NXT. I didn't want to bill it as an NXT watch along because we're not really
breaking down everything that's going.
But we will. But we also will have. We should be having a special guest tonight, and hopefully, that guest will be impressive. You know what would suck? Because of all the bad weather, the guest comes in and we lose power.
I don't think that'll happen. We're in a good. We got good. You said that our internet, what we have, is like under the ground, so it doesn't get affected by the rain.
Fiber optics.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called. I don't know if he was right with that, but
I'm right.
He always sounds confident when he's saying stuff, and sometimes he's not correct.
First of all,
hey, you have a cold drink and I don't.
That's right. First of all, I never say anything unless I know what I'm talking about.
No, that is false information.
I never talk about things unless I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Number one. Davenport giving Nikita Lyons a business. It's over. One.
No, it's not.
2, 3.
Yes, it is.
Told you.
Come on, Nikita. So I follow Nikita on Instagram, and she is really like urban.
Well, let me tell you this. When you see that knee come, that's her finisher.
Yeah, she is very aggressive.
Blake Davenport is a great wrestler. Look at this. Watch his knee. Wow. What's crazy is Nikita Lyons, before she got hurt, they were pushing her to be the next big thing.
Do you want to make a call to the No Buck so I could get some Tampico out the trunk?
Tampico.
So he can get some Tampico out the trunk?
Hunter Iggy with a question. Hold on.
Oh, they're starting the Dusty Classic tonight? Or Dusty, is it Dusty Classic?
The tag team tournament.
Yeah, Dusty.
The Dusty Cup. Do you think WWE will collab with New Japan Wrestling?
No. At least I don't. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, if they did, it'd be good, but you know.
They're not big on collaborating with other wrestling companies. Like, no matter what you say, yeah, they're like, no. Like, they've been with USC for how long now, and there's been no crossover.
Chrissy, you missed nothing. Nikita Lyons just lost to
Blair
Davenport. As we watch NXT and talk about what our predictions are for 2024. The first part of 2024. Dusty. So the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Class is going to be good. So we got Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin versus Gallus. They're together, yeah.
Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin. Who?
Wow.
Who? First of all, who pitched that? And who agreed to that?
Let me tell you what they always do it in a Dusty Classic. They always have two guys
Who don't
Or-
like each other?
and they actually win. They did it with, I think they did it with Butch, aka Pete Dunne, and Riddle. I think they were a team. I think they won the whole thing a couple years ago.
Speaking of Riddle, very nice guy.
Yeah, Riddle's nice. He treated me good. So now that we got commercial, let's talk about a few things. Kira, pull something up.
No.
Good job.
Do you want me to pull up the rest of the slides for tonight's NXT or Royal Rumble?
Let's talk about the Rumble.
I knew you were going to say Rumble. Do you want to start with this?
Yeah.
Or do you want okay.
So look, guys.
Sorry, y'all.
The Royal Rumble is January 27th in Florida. I will be there. Here's the thing, guys. This is a card. This is a match that had to happen. There was no way to legitimately pick one of these guys to go against Roman. AJ and Randy just got back. And LA Knight, he might have tapered off a little bit, but he's hot right now. So this is the best way to, number one, protect Roman, and number two, to protect the other three guys. Now, some people are saying he's going to be upset and Randy Orton's going to win. There's no way that's happening.
At the Rumble, you think he's going to... Did he even break Hogan's record yet?
No, not until September.
So there's no way.
Listen.
I don't think he's going to... I feel like if he doesn't beat Hogan's record, then all of this would have been a waste of time.
Stephen Chambers did call a fatal four-way. You did, buddy. Look, you got four talented guys in here. You've got multiple world championships between Randy Orton. Randy Orton's a 14-time world champion. I think Roman now is maybe 10 times, something like that. 8. I don't even know what he is, but he's been a while. You know, AJ Styles, a 2-time WWE champion. And LA Knight, you know, has yet to win the big one. But with all these guys, that are in this match, the focus is Roman, guys. Roman's winning this hands down. What I want to know in the chat, does anybody think that Roman is going to lose? Is it, if all jokes aside, I don't know if Richie was trolling when he said
That
it.
question is a joke, Dad.
But does anybody legitimately believe that somebody else other than Roman is going to win this match? I'll wait for it. Jen said it's a fatal four-way, so we know Roman's winning. Torrance said, nope. I forecast 2 more ref bumps. Not at the Rumble. Who's got the guts to stand up for their beliefs? Anybody think Roman's going to lose?
I feel like Roman Reigns. I got a bone to pick with Roman because first of all, he had a very nice. What?
Coach Wilson says possibly yes. Coach Wilson, elaborate.
Explain yourself.
Please.
You are the minority in this whole discussion right now.
Knight is taking the loss. He got exposed in Reigns' feud. Him trying to cut a serious promo against Heyman was embarrassing. Good take on that. The reason why is they can now push Roman Rock without the title.
You could still do Roman Rock without the title. Just don't put the title on the line.
You don't have to, yeah, you could just do head of the table. Rock could say, The Rock say, I have no desire to be WWE champion because I've done it 10 times and I don't have the schedule to hold the title. But what I do have the schedule to do is whip your candy, you know what? Because you walk around here talking about the ancestors and the forefathers and the elders. Well, guess what? Without Rock, there is no Roman. So I don't care about the title. I want this match for head of the table. So
Nana.
No. So yeah. And listen, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and you never know. Triple H might say, let's change it around.
That was literally a Vince McMahon impression.
Oh, was it? You know what? Let's take that title from him.
That is not something that Triple H would do. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't think Roman Reigns should have been in the Fatal 4-Way. First of all, he had a great run, and then okay, go on, Sergio. Read your.
Stephen Chambers thinks Orton's gonna win it. Not on this match. Torrance, that's another good question. Do we believe that Cody finishes the story?
You want to know something, Torrance? I think Cody already finished his story at WrestleMania. Not all stories have a happy ending.
Wow.
He just wants, it's not even finishing the story anymore. It's just reaching his goal at this point.
What's that? Big money?
No, reaching his goal would be taking the gold from Roman. But that's not how stories work. You don't just keep reading until you get the ending that you like. The book ends when it ends.
Oh.
And the book ended at WrestleMania and you lost. So maybe he's writing a new book. Maybe he's writing a new story.
Wow.
But this finishing the story stuff, I don't like it. Like how do you already know the ending?
Look at you and Jen. Same thing. The finish story means that he has to be happy. Stephen Chambers says RKO everyone. I agree with that. Everyone's catching. All three of those guys are catching RKO.
So we got the bracket for the Dusty Rhodes Classic, and LWO was in there.
Carmelo Hayes and Tricker in it too. Is that where they break them up? In the
Goodness
finals?
gracious! Why is everyone fantasizing over their
demise?
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
Who is this?
Burn the ships.
Oh, Baron Corbin.
What's with the ships anyway? Is he a pirate?
Ooh, boots. Are those wearable or are those... Oh.
I hope he doesn't wear that dog hat again.
His chant.
They ain't got even that dog thing on his head like before. Do you see when he had that dog thing on his head? It was
no.
Look at this. I'm not shaking your hand.
He did the breaker. Baron.
Hello, producer Tony from Zubin. Hello, Zubin.
Hello, Zubin.
If that's your real name. You think Solo faces Roman at SummerSlam?
Oh my.
You have a curveball. AJ helps Roman stay champion.
Now, why would he do that?
Are we in the same room?
No.
Nope. Yes, we are.
How do you know?
We've actually got the studio set up that we're right across from each other. She's there. And where am I?
Over there.
Idiot.
Oh my goodness, he's right there.
Yeah, we're across from each other.
Why'd you ask if we were in the same room? Could you tell? Is our audio bad?
Yeah, guys, since we got the new set, excuse me. Since the new set came into play, how's our audio and our visual? Are we good? We good to go?
He still didn't call big bucks for my drink, so I guess I have to do it myself.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Hold on, I'll do it right now. I forgot.
I never forget your cold drink, Dad.
Call Big Bucks Bobby Dimitri.
Calling Big Bucks Bobby Dimitri home?
To be honest, you can't tell that you're in the same room. See, that's great.
Nice.
Shuck it, duck it, quack, quack. Kira needs a drink. Kira needs a drink immediately.
Tampico
from the car. Tampico. Nobody cares what you say. He's so lazy.
Liv Morgan posted Ruby Soho today for her birthday.
Oh.
I don't know why, but I always feel like WWE superstars are like Nick and Disney. Like they cannot
interact,
be seen with each other.
That's not true.
Where is this? July 24th? Oh, I think that already passed.
Thank you, Torrance. And yeah, and Kira Bakey says TV magic. He says, to be honest, you can't tell them in the same room. That is great. Listen, I got to give Anthony Blackwell credit on something. Because he got us these good mics. He told me to get these Shure mics, and he was right. He sure was right.
I'm not giving you that
So
one.
shout out to Anthony Blackwell Jr. on that.
So I posted a reel that was like, it was a sound bit from Cat Williams' interview, and he said something like, I don't understand why you hang out with people, like hang out with losers, something like that,
Yeah.
right? And I was lip syncing to the sound, and I was like, me when JD loses every match, but Rhea keeps him in, and he saw it.
Wow.
And then he was with Rhea at breakfast. I don't know why they don't just kick him out. He does nothing for the group.
Hmm.
He's probably bringing the group down. Even Rhea said it.
They brought him in. He was Finn Balor's boy. Finn Balor brought him in.
I feel like Finn Balor doesn't even associate himself with JD anymore.
Finn Balor should be the one to kick him out.
He fought so hard to get JD in, and now he's in, and nobody wants him.
He's a loser.
He loses every match. Like, it's not even 50-50. Are you going to win or not? It's 100 to 0 because we know you're going to lose.
Wow. So
That poor guy.
So are you saying that Judgment Day is a loser?
No, I'm saying JD loses every match.
But he's in the Judgment Day.
Okay.
Does that make them losers?
No.
Well, Finn Balor lost last night.
Okay, but he doesn't lose every single match.
But he lost.
And he doesn't lose his big matches. And he's still tag team champion.
He lost to Ciampa last night clean.
Okay. Clean? I'll have to look back at the tapes because I'm pretty sure that it wasn't clean.
Oh! This is a great sign. Christina School District are closed tomorrow. Oh, we're in Red Clay District, so. Hey, Lorraine, can you text me with that information so I can post it? Because if that's the case.
That is not Tampico. Okay?
She wants Tampico.
And this isn't even my metal straw.
Hey, listen here, no bucks. Let me explain something. Hey, let me explain something to you, Cat. This works in this house. Okay? This is the producer, okay? She's VIP status. The Tampico's in the trunk. Get the Tampico or you don't eat tomorrow night.
0 out of 10 stars on Yelp, guys. I do not recommend Big Bucks Bobby for your food and drink service. Like, I have 2 metal straws, a short one and a tall one. I use the short one for this cup and the tall one for my monogram cup. He gives me this. First of all, it doesn't match with the cup. Second of all, it's flimsy. I don't even know if he rinsed it.
I wouldn't trust him.
At least the iced tea is cold. If this isn't diet green tea, I'm going to be highly upset. It's not diet. Are you kidding me right now?
Wow.
Are you kidding me right now?
Wow, Kira.
Wow. I do everything in this house and I can't even get my drink the right way. Drink the same thing. Unreal. The way I'm treated in this house is just ridiculous. Anyway, do you guys like my hair? It's giving kind of 90s. I was not going for that. I was going for more like Barbie. But I should have did the upward curls instead of the spiral curls, but I'll do that tomorrow. Other things I'm doing tomorrow. Sending out the emails, guys. We're trying to get
some people.
So the more people like we interview and stuff, the more like, what's the word? Legitimacy we have, like the channel has, so that when we try to get bigger people, they can look at the channel like, oh, you got this guy. Oh, you got this. We got that. You got that. And then they'll feel more comfortable being interviewed by Tana and Tony. You understand what I'm trying to say? So we're trying to build up our resume repertoire, interview repertoire. But it's not easy.
Good. Excuse me. Good quote from FSR, Football Scouting Report. All group have similar to take the pen. Fabulous Freebirds had Buddy Rogers. The Horsemen had Ole Anderson. Nation Domination and Smoky Mountain Gangsters had D'Lo Brown. Judgment Day has JD.
Or
what?
Or you can kick out JD and they never get pinned.
How about this? How about what if we had a faction?
Oh gosh.
So the 10 Lives and Tony faction is me, you, Michael, and Big Bucks Bobby. Who takes the pin? Big Bucks Bobby. Thank you. Thank you.
Michael win more matches than him.
Michael probably be the world champion.
Michael could beat The Rock.
Wow.
I said it.
What a one-on-one that would be between Michael and The Rock.
That they could go in an eyebrow off any day. Mikey could do the brow.
Mikey doesn't play.
And if y'all don't know, if y'all are new or something, Mikey is Tanalas and Tony's son, aka my little brother. He's 6 years old, and he got acknowledged by Roman Reigns.
Edward Austin, yeah, I was there, brother. Good to see you, my friend. Yes, see, look, everybody says Big Bucks Bobby, of course. You see that? Von Erichs had Lance. Wow. Von Erichs had nobody.
I don't want to hear that name. I do not want to hear Von
Then
Erich.
Zubin gives us the view. What's up? Wow. So, Kira, if we did have a faction, right, let's be honest. If we had a faction, right? Me, you, and Big Bucks, Bobby, and Michael, right? Let's be honest. So, what champion would Bobby have a title? Honestly.
I'm not being in a group of losers, so I would say he would have the 24/7 championship.
24/7. That's good. What title would Michael have? Would he be IC or United States champion?
I was gonna give him NXT.
Oh, Michael, NXT champion. Okay, I like that. Okay. So, of course, you'd be the women's champion, the one that Rhea has.
Mommy.
So, what title would I have? Honestly.
Mikey said YouTube title.
Other than you, what title would I have?
Honestly.
Come on, kid, say the right thing.
Let me say the right thing.
What
What you want? IC?
What title would I hold?
Would you hold?
Yeah, what title would I hold?
I think you're an IC fan.
That's right. I'd be the Intercontinental champion. I don't want the whole company on my shoulders. Let me be the secondary guy and get over. I'd be the IC champ. Me and Steven Chambers, tag team champions.
He's going to bed.
You going to bed? I love you, buddy.
What time is it?
Time for you to go to bed.
8:30.
Time for you to go to bed. Tell the nation good night. Come on.
My side is better. Do it on my side.
Yeah, do. What's up, everybody?
Mike's right there, bud.
Don't scream.
What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy, Magnificent Mikey, and the producer, Kiwa, and the star of the show, Tantalizing Tony. And a good night.
And what?
And good night.
Do you look?
Okay. All right. I love you,
Again,
Baba. It's okay. I love you.
The working man's
Okay.
bill.
There you go.
Hello,
Love you.
family. And wait, Jasmine's in the faction too. So would you guys be tag team champions, or would she be the WWE Women's Champion and you be the World Champion? Would you be tag team champions with Jasmine?
No, I don't want to be a tag team champion.
Wow, because you're selfish.
I am.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Yeah, Jen, we should do some trivia one day. Me and Tony trivia tag team. Hey, listen, Steven Chambers knows his stuff.
One day, I want to do trivia today. Can we do Disney trivia tonight?
Please, you're a loser.
We're doing Disney trivia tonight. Not on the channel, but
Listen,
Jasmine, I'm not a tag team
so
type of
look,
gal.
if you had to pick one, what's up? Let's go see my brother. If you had to pick one member of the nation, now put you in the spot.
Of channelization?
Yes, one member of the nation, right? To be in our faction, that would be the. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, guys, this is it. We have the special guest here, ladies and gentlemen, formerly known as Alicia Fox, Victoria Crawford. In the house.
Hey,
First of all, hello, and it's great to meet you.
it's great to meet you too. Hey, guys.
We actually met
Sorry.
real quick at Icons of Wrestling. You were very busy. You signed the autographs because everybody loves you so much. But before I get over Clint, let me introduce myself. I'm Tantalizing Tony, the host of the show. This is my daughter, Kira, the producer. And we are so excited to have you. You have no idea. Like, you're like one of my favorites. I love you.
Sweet. I've heard so many great things about you guys. I was really looking forward to meeting you
Oh,
both.
wow.
Yeah. Sorry for
Yeah.
the delay. I was trying to put over where I was popping on, and then it just kind of, I don't know when to quit talking.
No, I know you.
But
You were on Instagram, and I messaged because you have so many people watching you on your stories. I'm like, you're not gonna see this, But you have such a great following. So look, first of all, let's put it in the big screen, please, Kira.
I will put her.
And Kira's also the producer of the show. She's my 19-year-old daughter. Give you a little backstory. This is a family channel, and there you go. Let's put you in the big screen. Yeah, come on now. Come on. So
I was gonna do my makeup. I was gonna find my glasses. Oh my God,
you look
whatever.
beautiful. You
wanna
don't
be
you dare touch
late.
it. Don't you dare touch a thing. You look beautiful. First of all, can I call you Victoria? Is that cool?
Absolutely, whatever comes to mind.
Okay. So I have a question for you before we talk. Of course, people know you as Alicia Fox, but your real name is Victoria Crawford. Is it hard to get your identity back?
I was literally just sharing that on the stream because I was like, I'm about to go meet some new friends. And so I was telling where I was going because I think the way I've been building a conversation or practicing being Victoria with them is telling them in live time where I'm at, what I'm doing. And then, then they don't have to worry or hear it anywhere else, And so I'm constantly, hey, y'all, here's where I'm at. Here's where I'm at. This is my platform. These are my ideas. This is my opinion. This is my space. And I have to give credit to the wrestling community because I don't know, they've been teaching me so much. I learn more now out of WWE with them than I could really process in that time of my life. I'm grateful, but thank you for having me.
First of all, I don't know why you're thanking me because look, I'm trying not to lose it. Okay, I'm really not. Look,
you're so funny. I think you're telling stories.
No. Listen, if you talk to anybody in my chat, and please everybody share and let them know Victoria Crawford, formerly known as Alicia Fox, is on the Tantalizing Tony Wrestling Show to put me over because they're gonna be shocked. But no, honest to God, my fans, my channel knows. They know when I'm sincere. I cry on screen. I laugh. I'm telling you something honestly, okay? And I tell everybody this, and you as an African-American woman, I tell you this 100%. I tell my friends this. Yo, without Alicia Fox, there's no women's revolution. Now, I say it all the time because you and the Bellas, of course, with, Charlotte and everybody else, you guys started this with you go back in the days of Diva when there was bra and panty matches, and you guys brought legitimacy to wrestling for women. So I don't know how much you did, but you've done a lot. Trust me.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you. I appreciate that.
She said your name.
She said my name.
Sorry, tantalizing.
No, not Tony's fine. No, listen. You could call me. Listen, I'll let people call me my government, Anthony. You can call me Anthony. I won't mind. Listen, you get that moniker. You can call me Anthony. I don't mind.
You guys are so funny. I'm so happy to be here. Really, thank you so much for allowing me to be on your platform.
What? Listen, we're not big like you. We're a little under 9,000 subscribers. We just started 2 years ago, but we do as father-daughter, and I think we're the only father-daughter wrestling show out there. We gotta be. I mean, I haven't heard any other daughters, So anytime you're welcome here, any day of the week and twice. If you want to do a show at 3 a.m, you text me, hey, Double T, let's get on. Let's do it.
Double T, I'm down. I am so down. Anytime. I am so down. That's the other thing I was sharing on the live is it's been a very different experience for me to be Victoria in real life. So I had to just have practice, and luckily like Instagram started and pushing the live parts, YouTube, people have content. So I was able to study during the pandemic how they make their own opinion creative and share it. And I was interested in that, and then folks like you, building platforms, building communities. And then I was interested in how you keep them coming back, engaged, all the things. And then I'm like, I want to do that, and the benefit of just where I guess my life went in a sense was when I weren't on the road, I had time to see who Victoria was in my domesticated life. And trust me, I mean, it's been a learning curve, because it was just a difference of lifestyles, but
it must be so tough trying to be yourself after being a different persona for so many years because people don't know the real you. It must be tough. And before you answer that, I want to say a good shout out to Wrestling with Savage because Savage is my dude. And listen, he hit me with a chair a couple months ago. We still got some flack.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Victoria, there's a big thing. There's a big storyline going on. I keep it 100. He's gonna catch it from me, but because I'm retired from the business. I wrestled. I'm retired, and he says he's retired, but we'll see. But I gotta give him credit because he did say he'd hook us up together, and he did. And I gotta give him credit. Savage, I know you're watching. Respect you, brother. You no chair shots for at least 6 weeks. You're good for 6 weeks, okay, bro? Okay. But back to
You're
my
over here
segment.
laughing, sis.
I love that
Funny.
dude.
Yeah.
But back to that, your identity is it tough?
I don't know if I had much of an idea of what it was gonna be like. I really had no clue. Like I really didn't have. I mean, not to make anything crazy, but like when I went to WWE, I was 17. So like, just to put a landscape here, okay? In my mind, I graduated high school and then I went to WWE. Pretty much, I took a little college because I had lost my eyesight in high school, and so I thought I was on the road to be an ophthalmologist. Yeah, sidebar, it's totally different. So my idea coming into the company in its time of infancy too, because it wasn't publicly traded, like all these people were my family. Like it's bizarre. It's bizarre to like think about at a 17-year-old how some of my nieces and stuff at 17, I like seeing how they perceive the world is totally different. I don't know if it's because of social media in these days, but in my mind, this opportunity looked like a way a 17-year-old little girl would be. So I don't know if I knew at all that there was going to be a process of learning who I am, who's Victoria, how would she carry her values, and how does she grow? I don't know if I had even come to mind. I guess thought I was a wrestler. I guess I think it's a very good practice to talk about it with someone, because usually I just keep it to myself, because I don't do podcasts really until recently. Savage is helping me.
First of all, you're a natural, number one. Listen, I'm a talker. I talk my whole life. That's what I do. I just run my mouth. That's what I do.
That's what a podcast is, though. You have to. If you talk a lot, you got to make money for it, I guess.
I guess, right?
Did WWE get you out of your shell and everything? Were you in a shell? Like, or do you feel like you grew up? You basically grew up there.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I wish, it's just wrestling is just so big, right? Like some people come in, they can be announced, like the opportunities, like just in a sense of being a part of the business, right? Even the fans are a part of the show. I mean, y'all are in the video games. So in my mind, like, look at this world. It's a entertainment. It's moved by the edge of the culture in the moment, so what is it really with everyone that has an interest? That's something that I am looking to find today. But however, in my mind as a girl in that time, like I didn't perceive it other than a family. So it's strange that I don't know how to explain that part of me being so young, not to yet see myself before seeing myself as part of this body of work, this bigger family. I don't know. I don't know. I'm all over the place. Yeah, it's new explaining it because I don't really do podcasts, I haven't really yet had the practice to figure out how my story fits in space because of the longevity of that time. There was to me, in my mind, it's just 17 years was a long time.
That's crazy.
It's long.
That's, my daughter's Kira's 19, so 17 years. That's a long. Yeah, she's 19. That's a long time. I had to do this real quick because my son, Big Bucks. We call him Big Bucks Bobby, Triple B. Come here.
Yeah, no bucks.
So right now he's no bucks, but this is Big Bucks. This is Big Bucks Bobby. And
hey,
and
what's going on?
He'd be upset if I didn't at least let him say hi to you, because 22-year-old kid, he's you had Victoria Crawford and didn't call me, so
You're so
had to make sure he got a.
Nice
You got a question?
Triple B.
She
Triple B.
Triple
Oh
B.
my gosh.
She called you Triple B. Nice to meet you, Triple B.
Don't fill his head up, please. He's lucky he's got that name now.
I was like, this family is like my kind of family. I love all the nicknames. Y'all are so cool. I feel right at home. Thank you so much for having me. Really.
Oh my! She said,
Yeah.
Thank you one more time.
Savage. He was putting y'all over. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to meet him. And then I was feeling like I always get kind of like, because like I said, you've been in the business. So I guess what about you? How did you feel about your character in space and society? And then now this to me is like our social economic playground. We're all equal here. So it really makes apparent your true authentic self. Like regardless if I watched your show later, if I'm listening on you live now, myself as a viewer or like a person or whatever in these things is I think it's such an opportunity to keep the choice of mine alive to choose if I want to turn it off, like keep it flexible, And I believe sometimes in wrestling, it's about that repetition. So fluidity, or I guess, is very rare to experience. So I just wonder for you, like it's almost like something that's not even of a conceptual way of like explaining this transition. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so like you. I like to talk. Talk. So I try in my life now to keep everything in like a present tense, So it's like, it's difficult because, in wrestling, we start with the finish. We repeat getting to the finish, like psychologically. And this has nothing to do with the sport. It has all to do with the individuals that have participated in the sport that can wreck their imagination to perform the sport and then go home and then whatever term you're on in the business, whether you're working independence or you're like 1099, who cares? The physical body that comes back to that home. Who is that person? Like, I think this is something that can be of conversation, but it's only in this social economic space that is possible. And that's why you haven't seen me do podcasts. I haven't been able to practice my story. I haven't. Are we live for real?
Yes, we are.
Wow.
People, yeah. Listen, I just put it on a few. I just put it on a few of my wrestling pages on Facebook. And guys, if you're watching live right now, which you are, everybody share this. Let them know Victoria Crawford, aka Alicia Fox, formerly known as Alicia Fox, is on the show. And so you know what I got? And thank you for the super chat. And just so you know, we have a super chat video that every time someone sends us a super chat, we play this. And this is my boy Mikey. And watch this.
What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy Magnificent Mikey, and thanks for the super chat, baby. Ding ding.
Wow.
So that's my 6-year-old son, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to come visit. Are y'all going to invite me over, or what is going on over there? Oh
so
my God,
here's the true
I love
story.
it.
So listen, WrestleMania is in Philly, right? I know you're going to be at one of the cons. You got to be, right?
Hopefully. I hope.
I
Yeah,
will sponsor you. Listen, I'll
you're
sponsor
too much.
you. I don't know what your fee is, but I'm paying it. I'm letting you know right now. You be with me.
I'll just come with you to get in person. Just walk around and talk.
Because I go to everything. But
cool.
That's funny. That shirt he had on, Michael. We did a video for Michael for his graduation, and we put it on Twitter, and WWE saw it, and Roman acknowledged Michael because Michael said, "Acknowledge me." They sent us to SummerSlam built on that. Listen, we've had the best 2023 going to 2024. Let me give you backstory on me real quick so you know where I'm coming from. Because you said about being a wrestler. And I wrestled independent. I wrestled for ECW. I worked the independents up and down Pittsburgh, Ohio. I've been, I never made to your level. But the thing was, I had family young, so I really couldn't do it because my kids were small. I have adult children and I have younger children. But I'm 55 years old. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm double nickel. And
oh my gosh,
black don't crack.
So unique. Oh my God, I love it.
But I'm 55 years.
It's like so I see it. Like, this is awesome.
I'm 55 years old, and I dragged my feet on doing a podcast for 12 years because I said, people are so ahead of me, I can't. And then I just didn't do it. And one day, the pandemic hit, and I said, you know what? This is the perfect time to do it. So I got all my stuff together. little by little. If you saw the show 2 years ago, we've come a long way. But
we should do a compilation video
Oh.
where we like both do our crazies. You know,
Listen.
in the beginning.
in
I
the
love it.
beginning, yo,
In the beginning.
just for the record, in the beginning, 3 years ago, I was 400 pounds, by the way. And now
No,
I'm
get out.
240. We'll tell that story another day.
Okay, yeah.
Listen,
Oh, okay.
listen. I'm already
Wow.
seeing Bright Lights, Big City for the Victoria Crawford tantalizing Tony hour.
Yeah.
Because listen,
Yeah.
I
totally.
quit my job to do a podcast with you.
Me
That's
too.
all right.
I mean, me too. I'm
I-
free. I mean, I'm looking for work. It's funny. I've been putting resumes in. It's been another experience. So much life. Oh my God.
But let me tell you something. Appearances alone, you'd kill it because a lot of independents like Battlefield Pro Wrestling, Battleground. What about Superpowers Wrestling where we work? So many people would book you. We got to talk off camera.
Yeah, totally. I'm totally down to help.
Let's get you booked. Let's get you booked.
Yeah, you know, but here's the thing about, maybe you can answer this question too. And I know I'm asking a million questions. Okay, number two. Number two. Okay.
First of all, ask everything.
Okay,
Please.
I love this is so fun. I really appreciate you guys having me on here because it's nice that you're a worker so we can have this balanced conversation because I'm still curious too, but okay, the question of what would we say, quit the job. Now I'm all getting all excited and forgot what I was gonna say, but maybe it'll come back to me. It's a question though. I've got a lot of questions. I'm so excited. That's one thing Savage said, that you're a worker. And I was like, wow, like, oh, here's the question. Okay. So I've been out of the ring for a minute,
Me too.
And
19 years.
yeah. Oh no. Okay.
I'm coming back this year too, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Want to mix tag?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, so in the preparation, right? Here's where the question is like, I kind of envision before taking like in-ring bookings, going down to OVW for like a month and rolling around and like I've gotten in the rings at some of the shows that I've been participating in post WWE, and it does feel really good. It feels familiar. It feels like I can tell if it's like a 20 by 20 ring. I can tell if it's 16. I can feel the measurements. Like I know like how long it takes me to get to one rope. I know like if I know like maybe the comfortable sense of what we could do maybe, and all of it, and credit it to that experience with WWE and like the way that card subject to change. Like, like you were saying earlier with the Divas division, but even before that, like if it weren't for like Michelle McCool's and like Beth Phoenix, like the girls in developmental, like the ones that were in like before they were at TV, like there were chapters of us making stories, writing stories, participating in this work, this body, this being of work, wrestling. And I think it doesn't belong to anybody really, and so when we were playing with each other in it, like it's interesting, like the segments that get really like mentioned post when you're reflecting, like, oh yeah, this era and this era. Is like, how do you also bring to light the things that you also used as a foundation? So that's why, like, in live time, being kind of a little more reserved about taking an in-ring wrestling booking, because I still see myself being in OVW for like 2 months, but I don't know if it's like where that if that's like something to relate on, or like I mean, I don't know.
You listen. I don't believe I'm saying this to you. I'm not trying to give you advice, but you have a aura about you. You have a way about you where it's going to come back to you easily. Number one. Number two, being in the business, you love the business, because I'll tell you right now, I would do this for free. I do this for free. And if someone told me I could work today and wrestle somewhere, and I'd be on TV or I'd just be in front of 5 people, I'd do it because I love the wrestling business. I've loved the wrestling business since I was 4 years old. Since I saw wrestling as a kid, I was at the match with Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson beat the Wild Samoans for the tag team titles. I saw the first ever African-American tag team champions, so it's like, it's in my blood. So it's like, I don't think I don't even know how to differentiate Anthony Levin from Tantalizing Tony, because I believe, like Spider-Man and Peter Parker, they're basically one flip side of the coin. They're still the same person. They just have to be different in front of different people. But you being a vet, and you're young too, which is crazy. You're a vet and you're young, So you are. I mean, you have your athleticism, and you have a nose for the business. I mean, you could do anything. You could manage. You don't have to take another bump. You could. I know this might sound like dumb of me to say this, but you can start your own podcast alone and kill it alone. You don't need a co-host. You are it. You got the it factor.
You're so funny, Double T. I can't even you, but I do appreciate your insight here on this idea of
I'm
wrestling.
I'm just a dude that loves wrestling. I love wrestling. Like, this. A lot of people ridicule wrestling. They don't take it seriously,
Correct.
Times have changed so much from the time of Hulk Hogan to now. Like, look, the biggest movie star just came back, and he's going to do something with a program with Roman, whether it be Elimination Chamber, whether it be at WrestleMania. This, The Rock has brought, legitimacy to the business, as did Stone Cold, as did you. Like, there are people in the business that just are here for the paycheck, and there's people in the business here because they want to further the business and they love it, So, like, I couldn't wait to see the Von Erich movie because I love wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, I love wrestling podcasts. I listen to maybe 9 or 10 different podcasts just to get a different feel of what they're talking about, so that I know what I can talk about and not harp on. When I was talking to Savage, and like I said, I met you at Icons really quick. You were busy. You met so many people, swarmed you, and I didn't want to be one of those guys that were all over you, because it's tough for a woman. It's tough having to deal with a lot of people, but I could see it in your eyes how much you loved talking to people, and how you, like, the person we see right now, that's you. Like, and I don't think a lot of people know that about you. I think that the reserve part of you, I don't know if you're afraid, because I don't know that, but I think that you are protecting yourself a little bit, because this is a hurtful business. Business is hurtful too.
Brother, you literally just like bullseye, because that's the interesting part, as you're saying, like, as you're sharing your insight and your perspective, and as a worker too, in developing as an adult and developing as Alicia Fox in this world or whatever, I don't know if I felt proud of her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a very difficult experience for me personally, and this is a very hurtful business. It's very lonely. So as you're experiencing just human stuff, you're like, there's one part of my experience that, I believe in therapy. And so I've been working through the life of things, but my reality is my reality, regardless how it might come off rigid or not. But like, I was there to see a lot of girls elevate in large roles and positions that I helped participate in-ring participation with, and like, I really did the best I could, you know what I'm saying? And I believe that today. But in the moment, while you're trying to get it, when you're trying to, like, there was a long stretch of period where there were no other girls of color on the road, which I guess at one point could be a benefit because you're instantly different, but you can't wrestle by yourself either, like, business wise, like, okay, there's that. But for what I was experiencing, it was difficult because my character would never be able to express what I am believing in. Like, I think because I know I'm weak in my mic skills because I get nervous and I'm shy and I get that way.
Disagree. You're
with so funny, Double T.
No, listen, disagree.
It's true.
Disagree with your mic skills, because one thing, and I don't know. This is what my worry is, because I know a lot of people in the business. Me and Mark Henry are friends. Dave LaGreca from Busted Open, he always gives me great advice. We're friends. And I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to say this, in the most confident way. I think I could be, if I ever got the chance, I could be one of the best talkers in the business. I think that I could talk on the fly better than anybody else. I think if they put me in the ring with CM Punk, I could hold my own. I know it's going to sound crazy. If The Rock with me went one-on-one, there'd be an issue because the only reason why The Rock is champion is because he's 6'4" and I'm 5'7". That's the only thing. My thing is this though. I know talkers, and trust me, your mic skills are great. I think the issue is, and I have the same problem, is that you second guess yourself and you think, oh, everybody's critiquing, which they do. Listen, I don't know what's being WWE, and I may never know, but you know that you're under a microscope all the time. And I'm not, and this is not to offend anybody, so don't get upset, everybody. But being a black woman, you're under the microscope even more because people saying, you know, is she upset? Is she angry? Is she this? Is she that? And you got to always walk on eggshells a little bit. So maybe, I don't know subconsciously if that's in your mind, but I'm letting you know right now, I'm no critic. I'm no Dave Meltzer. I'm no Chris Van Vliet. I'm telling you from my personal experience, being around the business with people on the road, you're a great talker. Never sell yourself short on that one.
Thank you, Double T. I mean, like the funny thing is like, I mean, in my life of it, right? I played a crazy black character. You know what I'm saying? So now catch it. As I'm literally going through my life, this is who I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going through my life as a black woman on the road. Like, there's stories that I want to have safe platforms to share about where at today, because I'm not under contract, ain't nobody can tell me what I can and can't say. This is my life. And the fear that comes with saying and being honest about your day, if you're under contract, that's subjected to everybody's personal experience. But for me, I will tell you what it was like, you know, but inappropriate moments. But see, I am passionate. I am this. And what I did experience, very painful. And it was very public. There's not one audience member that can't reflect on my total diva career and maybe have a little compassion for, like, maybe think about it. I was an alcoholic. I didn't know I was. I mean, you know, that's not where I'm coming from either. But I also started in a family unit, whereas I continued to grow in there thinking these are my trusted folk, loyal. I didn't know. I only learned their skills too. So I'm not the only person that approached this opportunity because of what it could bring, because there's other people that are there that maybe came from homes that made wrestling comforting. So I'm not the only human there, but it's unfortunate that they make my character say things that black girls don't say. Or if I'm getting in trouble because I'm sick, I have a disease. If I'm getting in trouble publicly, I don't know, but don't make me say stupid stuff to make me sound crazy. So there's things that are very obvious from the audience members. They talk to me about this. They talk to me about the signings at the signings. So I were deteriorating regardless because I didn't have mature tools. And I think that that's a handicap that the company could do a service on all of the bodies in the business, whether they're in the corporate or not. And I think for me, I love the business so much, but I love the business of it to be right, to show the independent people what is important about your own trademark and marketing it yourself and protecting it. Because now that we have live platforms, like right now, we all are trademarks.
Right.
How would you interact, right?
We're a brand, right?
Yes. So in today's speech, if you have experiences of not so much as in the professionals, if you had some traumatic experiences, where do people come to heal in some cases? Right. They almost don't know where else to go other than here, building a community.
And it's got to be, and it's got to be tough for someone like you because look, you said you were an alcoholic, and let me tell you, just to say that out loud is brave. Number one, because a lot of people still don't even look. It's tough. You know, I have an addictive family, so my family was all addicts. My father died of a drug overdose when I was, I guess, 14. And I'm not scared to say it on live. My mom used to hit the bottle a lot. And I purposely stayed away because I have an addictive personality. I know that when I buy something, like when it comes to my equipment, I go overboard. I have cameras I don't need. Because I'm a shopping addict. I love to shop. I'm an addict. But the thing that really resonated with me when you were talking is that you said it and you took ownership. And look, the thing is that you didn't know. Like, I hurt my back and I was taking Oxycontin for my back. And I was in a lot of pain. I fell 2 stories out of a window. Yeah, and I broke some bones, and I was taking OxyContin for the pain, and it wasn't helping me. So I upped my dosage, and next thing you know, I need pills. Now I don't know I'm abusing them because I'm just trying to stop the pain. Now you're out in a social setting, you have a drink, you're at the bar, you're with the boys, you're with the girls, you know, another drink. Next, you know, you're feeling nice, you're feeling buzzed. And now another drink in, and you're realizing I'm having a good time. You don't know that you're hurting yourself until you hit rock bottom. But here's the thing: once you hit rock bottom, you got nowhere to go but up. And this is your comeback tour. It's your comeback story. Your whole life is going to be a comeback story because here's the thing: the wrestling business never stops, and good people always get work. So look at it that way: is you're owning it. You're owning it. What else can you do? Some people will never own it. Some people will never admit their mistakes. I got adult children. They tell me all the time what a a-hole I am sometimes, and sometimes they're right. Because I'm human and so are they. But you got ownership of it, so take pride in it. I know you do. I don't got to tell you, but
You're so sweet, TT.
No,
I really appreciate you helping me keep my
No.
focus in an
Don't
upward.
make me
'cause
cry.
It's hard sometimes.
Don't make me cry because
We're
no,
gonna be
see,
crying together. I can tell. I'm like,
you
oh
don't
wow.
understand. Here it comes.
He'll cry.
Oh my
the
God.
tears will come.
If you knew my story about my life in wrestling and trying to make it, and now with this channel and doing this with my daughter, this is my dream come true. And then someone like you comes on my show and tells me I'm doing good. It shows me that all these years people beat me down telling me, oh, that's so stupid, you could never do this. And people can say what they want to say, but you were in the biggest wrestling company on the planet, and you were a former champion, and you've been on TV, you've been at WrestleMania, you've done it all. So you are the person to talk to about if I'm doing the right thing. But for you to say that to me, you have no idea. My entire 2024, if nobody watches another show after this, I'm good. I'm good after
Double
today.
T.
So
I
I'm
can't
sorry.
wait till we get and build something. I can't wait till we keep our community growing here. This is
my
really
God.
healing.
What is she talking about? She's talking about community care.
Yeah, I'm so serious. I'm
my
so
God.
serious because I really I'm so touched by you being able to share what you feel, and then what you think, and then your opinion, and then just life, and just, yeah, it's really, it's a painful business, and also I see pain outside of WWE too. So it's the difference, I think, or I feel like I feel like I'm the traffic director, in the school zones in the mornings, the lady. I'm the patrol because there's so many individuals that are so amazing. I'm not trying to blow smoke up the industry, any of one's butt here, but the independent girls that I've been able to ref their matches and get kind of warmed up again. I'm so grateful for those girls because they didn't have to share that space. This is their chance to get some footage, get some moving. And I really want to be a part of it, but I'm not really aware what they perceived in my career. In my experience in my career, I'm the kind of person, I'll go ahead, I'll tell you I'll tell you the truth, but the thing is I noticed the wrestling subject matter it's difficult. People all feed into things, and it just got weird. It just is, I don't know how to explain it, but I just for instance, one experience I had was of a girl in the independents, and I guess she fell into wrestling because of watching Total Divas, which is great. So there's a whole nother community of girls that just saw that for their reference, and that's eye-opening to me. But she perceived me to be a bully, and she had told one of my friends that this conversation without me, but it was told to me later, and I could laugh at it, but I could relate to it because of me acting this act out, me experiencing trying to go on social media and not be crazy. And so I'm really reserved and stiff and look like I almost don't exist anymore. I don't recognize myself even. And then to realizing, well, it doesn't matter who gets hot about me saying, well, I was there. I don't believe, I guess, and I've been able to say honestly, you know, I think why I wasn't really proud of Alicia Fox is because I just feel like I'm proud of her. That's different than it was today. But in the moment, like it was hard to keep my head up. So I felt like everyone could see what was going on in my mind. And that's why I just felt like I was internalizing it so deeply because there was no one I really felt authentically I could ask for help, like out of my like having a friend, like really. Like many girls have come in and I've shared great times and great friendships with girls, but they move on. But I'm saying a consistent, like whether it's a boyfriend relationship and we're splitting like expenses to get to the shows, whether it's whatever it is, you know, whether it's you're in a tag team and you just naturally whatever it was, like I just like don't know if I had been there too long and had seen these individuals develop and we just didn't click about wrestling. We didn't click socially, but I didn't feel like that was my job. I didn't feel like it was my job. I just want to do my job. And I think that was my sore spot, my blind spot there. Because it's very political. It's very social clicky. And I don't just see it at WWE. I see it also outside of it. So it's not anything, but for my experience at that age, I still had very high school, you know, I developed quickly. I learned how to learn that was not the case, but I think that's what made me rigid. And then I started into drinking about it is really what I think happens. Because if I didn't feel I could be honest and share my life with even girls I'm sharing cars with, you know, because they're going to go water cooler me. Like, I mean, I've had some painful experiences with some individuals. I don't have to say their name, but I mean, it was devastating in my mind because it's live TV. And so every week I'm thinking my consequences of my behavior is why my career is not elevating. So there was no healthy work-life balance. I come home, I shit my luggage down, and I'm out in 72 hours because I'm paying for my own rental cars and I'm thinking this is still contributing to my larger picture. And it wasn't adding up. The math was not mathing. And then again, who do you go to ask?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I
feel
don't
like
know.
I
Sorry.
feel like the indie scene is in some ways, obviously I don't know how WWE is, but I feel like the indie scene is just like more, I feel more comfortable here a little bit because you can be yourself. Like I'm still very shy, but I was very shy before I started this channel.
Very. She didn't talk to
Ow.
anybody.
And I feel like when I started the channel, I found like I've always loved wrestling, but when I started the channel with Lies and Tony, and reading the chats and everything, I just felt like at home. So you just gotta find your people. Like I found my people, and now I'm like a completely different person. Like I'm like more outspoken, I guess. I mean, I have to talk on the show. If I don't talk, there'll be dead air. So I had to learn how to talk in front of people and everything, and it was a weird transition. But the indie scene just feels like so much like home. It feels so much better than because WWE is such a big, they're like a cult following kind of in the indie scene. You kind of go place to place, different companies. I feel like it's a little better in some ways, but
And Victoria, we travel a lot. Like, so we live in Delaware. We're from New York originally. We're from Brooklyn originally. We live in Delaware now, but we travel. If there's a show on the East Coast and it's drivable, we try to go. We go to WrestleMania every year. I try to do some AEW shows, but I'm a WWF guy. I'm old school. I used to go to the Garden every first Monday of the month at MSG. I saw Hogan beat the Sheik. I was at the first WrestleMania. I've already been around, but this experience,
funny.
like this experience, like if you go back in the WWE archives, you'll see me in some points of the first, like I was on the first Raw at the Manhattan Center. I've been around, but to do this with her, right? This is crazy because she's 19 years old and she doesn't realize how good she is. Like, so sometimes when like I'm late for the show, it's purposely so she can be on the show alone because
no.
she's so smart. It's true. She's so smart and she's so articulate, but she's in that little bubble, right? And I try to get out of it. Now she like tells me, "Dad, you're late." And she's giving me orders. Like I'm like, "Jeez."
Because you got me on this ship, and now I have to run the ship correctly. I'm not gonna do anything if it's not 100% of my energy. Okay, that's how we got here in the first place. We got to do things right.
I
Hey,
like that. That is so cool.
Victoria, would you mind answering a few questions from the chat? Would you mind?
Absolutely.
So this is from Finish and Move TV. It says, so question for Victoria. I'm a screenwriter and a filmmaker. Would you ever want to do a low budget movie? I would love to see you acting in movies, dramas, thrillers, comedy, horror, whatever.
I'm so down. Yeah, I'm so down. Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm open-minded. I think I'm open-minded. I have another question for you, tantalizing Tony.
Oh my God, she's asking me.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I really, first of all, I have to preface this and say I just really, really appreciate and respect all the insight that you're sharing with me from like all perspectives. And like that's what I love too is like, WWE and Alicia Fox and those experiences, I have, I have ways now, hobby ways to like, come to terms with whatever process and everything. But, it was hard to do on the road 300 days a year. And that's the one part that I thought I could perfect. And so like the burden and the stress that I kept putting on myself was like the way it was. I'm probably on a tangent here, but I'm not trying to, I'm trying to stay focused. But I guess yeah, now I'm all like getting nervous and shy, but yeah, I don't know. I just always feel so blessed for the opportunity to talk to another worker because I really feel like it kind of helps neutralize that experience because I think the thing that's missing about I don't know because that's my other blind spot. I only came from one company. So coming into these new relationships, it's been so exciting and so fun. And it has its own different things that I think are interesting. Like, I think it'd be nice if like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm too new outside the machine really. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, yeah, I don't even know. I could just, I think my point is now that I'm out of WWE and I feel like this longing to like reach out and hug all my worker friends and understand like the darker parts that like I wasn't able to really share about because of my own internal perception of what would happen, consequences, less TV time, less resource, I'm not sure. But again, all these things were happening and there wasn't really much feedback loop. Like even there wasn't any feedback. Like, so I think it would be helpful for a little bit of a feedback loop or something like on, I don't know, like not just in the match, but as I don't know. I may be asking too much out of a business that don't care about nothing but wrestling, like, or being a machine. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. That's where my perception gets twisted because I just have that family understanding from them that I need a break. I need to break that attachment. And I think building the community and doing things with my social platform has helped me neutralize that attachment because I am not Alicia Fox. I am just that. I am in addition. I like those additional ways of trying to, I don't know. Because I couldn't be talking like this and catering. Come on.
No, but, and that's really insightful of you to know like what you need to do to heal yourself. Like people don't realize that people think everything's it's all rainbows and sunshine in WWE. Not that I'm not putting the company down. What I'm saying is that place is a machine, and it's the people don't realize how tight the schedule is. Like they tell you how long you have to talk in the ring. You got 2 minutes. And back, boom, boom. So like you don't have time to feel like, and once you're done with Raw, boom, you're on the way to the next show. You got to rent your car. People don't realize you got to rent your own car. You got to book your flight. You got to do all this stuff. And, it's on your own dime. I don't know how it works with the road agents there, but I know from what you're saying, it was nonstop. You can't even breathe. You can't eat what you want to eat because you're on the road. You can't even sit down for dinner. It's crazy.
It's
and
tricky.
You're 17 years old. So you're still growing up. As a young woman, and it's like, where's your place? Where's your place in your own life? Forget about the business. Where's your place with you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Like it was really, that's the one experience that I realized that I had individually. And even though these people, you see them, you love them so much, and you think that they're going through dynamics of the same like human thing, like getting nervous, getting mad, that's the one thing too. I get less angry these days. But when I get mad, I'm stuck there. I'm mad and that's what's up. Like, and that's something that I could only experience in the safety of my space, not when I'm feeling spectated on or gotta keep this not crazy persona going on. And these are all things that I were regulating in myself, but they had consequences, I think, for me in my perception. But I'm not going to defend my opinion anymore. This is what I believe happened. So yeah, I'm going to save myself going defending, well, this is my experience. No, that's the one thing too I realize isn't necessary in society. The less society does not want you to be a machine. That is the part. It's the subtraction process that is the most difficult part because these parts still exist. So it's like, all right, fine. If I do elevate my voice, I do get passionate because I'm a loving person. I felt there too, but I don't need to, I can be more aware of what's wasting my own time because I get mad about that too. Like,
This question just popped in my head. Do you, and I don't want names because I'm not, listen, people that text me, hey, ask her this. I'm not about name dropping it. No, because look, that's your place to say when you want to say what you want to say about whoever you want to say. But I will ask you this, and you can answer vaguely. Do you blame anybody for maybe not taking better care of you? Or maybe schooling you a little more?
No, I really don't. Because again, like for me, one thing that I've not been able to really talk about is my childhood life made wrestling not so bad. It wasn't bad. It was very the same. It didn't change. The intensity, like stress, no, it was the same stress, just to share.
I can
So,
relate. We gotta talk off. We gotta talk off camera
yeah,
about that.
so
because I
it's
can relate
like
with you.
it's like, to what I contributed to just being there, like I do feel you're welcome, you know what I'm saying? But I tried to hold it together. So there isn't in that state, in this approach, as I reflect back, there was no one there to blame. Like I knew I was going to be an independent contractor. I knew I was a young kid, but like I said, I was really leaving one lifestyle in another and going to another in hopes of it being more comfortable. And that's like my personal experience. And so when everybody wants to act like I was a crazy black lady, y'all better act right because I'm a human being. All right. And y'all don't know who Victoria Crawford was born as. And that is the one thing with this business and the lack of clear boundary and parameter of where our human lies, where I can be offended if politics are played on me because they were. But like, I also can share with my audience if I think it's appropriate. But guess what? There's a lot of independent wrestlers that call me, ask me questions. What else do I have to give them other than the facts, the truth? I can say, you know what? I don't know. I'm just the patrol here at the stoplight. Some of y'all are going to that machine. Some of y'all want to go to that machine. I very rarely see anyone that just wants to manage traffic. And that's really what I want to do. I don't want to go telling nobody any stories saying I want to go doing all this. My opinion about the place, it seems to be only if there is a traffic problem, my opinion is necessary. When one of those cars want to run a red light and they ask me, what the heck, where are we going? Then I tell them my wrestling navigation. But other than that,
I like that.
I'm like,
Wrestling
no. Yeah, because I just
Victoria's GPS. I like that. I like it.
a tom-tom.
Yes, a tom-tom. That's old school tom-tom.
Big
Yes.
A big fix.
MapQuest.
Yeah, it's like, oh, my printer's out of
Y'all
ink,
lost
right?
me.
Yes, remember that? Hey guys, back in the day, we had something called MapQuest. We had to print out the directions. Look at my door. She's like,
You
what?
lost me.
That is so
You lost me
funny.
after GPS.
Yeah, and like Tom Toms. Do you know Casey James? He's an old school wrestler. He was like OVW, like when I first got there, he was like 06, but he was so old school.
I think I saw him I seen him on not Al Snow's documentary, but I heard about him because of that. But he did everything old school. He didn't do anything like with today's technology.
Such a classic guy.
He had maps. He had maps in his he had maps
yes,
in his glove compartment, right?
I was just to say because Odie, he took my because we would carpool to like some of the further shows because that's the one part. Like it was weird because in developmental at OVW we had a lot of fun, But again, like we were driving show to show, the girls were putting the ring together, and it was all just like based on like the trainer, like Danny Davis and Al Snow had a different way of their situation than like Steve Kern and Dr. Tom and Uncle Norman down there in Florida. Then I didn't make it to the PC, but I would go and see that there was just, these enormous things. And if I now at 17 coming into the developmental where it looked like that, I would be, what the, oh my God. Like,
It changed a lot.
Yeah. Like, I think my perception in those comparisons would be totally different. I don't know I don't know if I would have had the longevity in my career. Because when I came in, I mean, I still feel like we're family. I still do feel those things. Like, I felt like I could always go talk to Vince. I will say openly, like, I feel like I should have knocked on his door more. Like, not in a squeaky wheel, like to politic or anything, but to say how the days are going, like how, to be inhuman with my boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I would have been able to like share more of those times with the boss. But I were on appearances where like myself, Big Show, Eva Marie, and R-Truth would go and visit the troops with the boss. Like every year, we've been going to do service work for most of our. So like getting to know the boss and see that he's okay with people perceiving him as this crazy character, but knowing that he's a grandfather, he's a dad, he's really understands that, but I guess I was always curious about if he felt misunderstood and had any anger or feeling about that. Cause that's how I felt. I felt a little misunderstood. Like I kept wanting to throw my hands in like, guys, come on. Aren't we supposed to be having fun? But then by the time I do speak, about this time when my WWE career changed. And it was when that NXT integration came in. It would just changed. Like the product changed, we all changed. Like we put over the NXT girls and it just all changed, but I think because it changes and that's great, the relationships in the locker room changed. Like it just in development, I don't know. I just missed like that sisterhood. Like it like in developmental and some of those girls that I've shared locker rooms many years, like Maria Kanellis, even Punk was down at OE, like from 06, like those individuals I shared locker room with knows what I'm talking about because we were raised in an old school place. Like, I don't know. It was not bells and whistles. It was not. And that has nothing to do with the talent of that timeline. They're fortunate. But I'm just having an additional layer to what they could have also had in an experience. Like this was like heartfelt, like I don't know what it was. Like it just was so real, for that company, like WWE. It was like, it just was a different time. And I guess I just wanted so bad it to stay like that during my career that it just wasn't. But that's fine. I mean, it's its own thing. Yeah. So I guess I blame no one. It's the answer. Sorry, finally.
Listen, first of all, never apologize for talking because it means I don't have to, which is great. Because look, I'm not gonna lie to you. We talked to Savage earlier today, and by the way, you're gonna be on Savage's show tonight too, right? 11 o'clock, right?
Oh, he likes to stay up late. I got service work in the morning.
Listen, listen, that's why I don't know why he does this show so late. He's another entity. But guys, make sure you watch Savage tonight at 11 o'clock. But and I'll put the link in the description later. For you to talk this much, right? And don't stop. I mean, you listen, when you gotta go, that you just tell me you gotta go, and that's fine. Because if you don't stop, I'll just stay here until tomorrow morning.
I might get my charger. That's about it.
Let me call out of work. Hey, boss, I'm not coming. I got Victoria Crawford here. I'm not coming.
Hey, boss, I need a job.
So I drive a bus for a living.
I want a job.
You don't want to work with me. I drive a school bus for a living. You don't want to drive with me. Trust me, it's crazy. Those kids are nuts.
I can imagine kids are
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's another story.
Kids, oh, that's so sweet.
But for you to be so vocal with everything, and I know a lot of people want you to say, "Oh, what's the?" Oh, Carrie, you move me. You move my camera. Kira kicked my camera. Kira kicked me. She's on that side. What they're like, oh, what's the gotcha moments? Like, you know, do you get a lot of that? People ask you, well, what happened? And what about the gotcha? And what about this? And, you know, because I know everybody wants negativity. And my thing is this, of course, everybody wants that good clip to put up, say, oh, she said this. But at the same time, you don't want to burn bridges either. But I'm pretty sure you got your own story to tell in due time. You know, do you worry about hurting anybody's feelings or maybe hurting your future in the business? Like, you know, let's say, can I give you a scenario? Can I give you a scenario? Let's say this. So now, you know, WWE got bought by TKO and Endeavor. So it's the hierarchy's a little different now. You know, things are a little different. So let's say, you know, you're telling your story, but then, you know, maybe Triple H gives you a call. Hey, Victoria, we want you to do a couple things with us. You know, would you ever be against that?
No, I'll always answer the phone. And I'm also, you know, it's a nice question. Like, am I nervous about giving the tea or something like that? You know, at first in the beginning when I started my Twitch, like right after I was out of the contract, right? I was super scared I was going to get emotional or everything. And then like you guys practicing your podcast, I just started to practice. I just started to try. And then I realized everyone's doing that too. Like, so, in a sense of where I was like coming to my own, like offline, what I'm doing offline in my regular life, I started to like accept a lot of things like we were just talking about. And so the way I was able to like approach my audience, it was very nice because I could listen to them and they weren't asking me for those questions. They were all like when I was at these signings or like in these independent shows or even on social media where myself, I don't feel frightened. It's easier to listen, you know, but, it seems like they want to tell me about their experience with wrestling. They don't really want to talk to me. They can talk about me, but it just seemed like to develop a community in a conversation was such a healing for me because I was able to really notice that I ain't telling no one nothing that isn't true because the only character in my story is myself. Like, I think it was just in that practicing, like what we're talking about, like who's to blame, who's like, you know, taking ownership, like all these like in live communication responsibility measures, like, which I don't know if anyone knows, you know, but I know I recognize these live platforms that this is my playground now. I can practice. And if things get appropriate, I'll share about it. But in all honesty, I really, that machine is considered a machine to me. And I know a lot of my coworkers, whether in the business or out, consider that place to be a machine too. So at the end of the day, I've had a lot of great reunions with girls that I thought we had heat, like offline, out of the gimmick. And what, like in this conversation, what seems to neutralize are these old ideas that had no sunlight. You know what I'm saying? Like we were all internalizing the same experience, unfortunately, participating as performers because that's our job. That's the blessing. But those two don't balance without active personal integration. Like, and that's where I try to get realistic and say, well, hey, how would you found Victoria if Victoria's flying 300 days a year carrying Alicia Fox bags? Like today, if I don't leave my house, I don't leave my house. And when I leave my house, I have so much fun going to the grocery store. I have so much fun, you know, and I'm like, wow, I was scared to do this at one point because it was just no one, you know, so, but I think, like I said, in conversations like this, I realized that my friends were having these moments too. So it's nice. I can't wait to see what, like, I guess God has in store for me to keep learning. I'm curious. I really can't wait. That's why I think I'm happy I at least didn't know that much about myself. Now I can really just like really start preparing the book. You know, like page 1. Like we just made it what we said in the beginning and I went, page 1.
Your book's gonna be like 9,000 pages long. Listen, you might have to make a 2-parter. Who's gonna play you in the movie? Who's gonna play Victoria Crawford?
Our lady tantalizing over here.
my daughter Kira.
Yes.
Kira, you know what? You know, you got the same build, you know. You look, hey,
yeah.
My daughter's very talented.
She's gorgeous. You are gorgeous.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
You see that? Look
You're
at
out
that
of that.
smile. Oh, you're so
Yeah, I
cute.
know. It's like this is what is so what I hope everyone feels like their opinion matters and that they can like go on their platforms. I hope everyone experiences a hard time that they learn to talk it out in public, you know? Like these hard times aren't just for you, to experience alone,
Yeah.
including the result, including the things that come after. It ain't just for you, you know? So it's hard to like, let's be honest. Like I said, right now I'm in a process of subtraction because like the society
Mhm.
doesn't want me to be like in a certain this going doing anything. They just really want me to just be present and smile. It's like it's almost mind blowing because of how hard I try to be perfect for what I can now perceive something that wasn't. It was what it was. I didn't know that. That's the one blind spot I think coming in as a child and staying there and developing. I'm almost 40. That was my blind spot because
She's
I came
almost
out.
40.
Yeah, but it's just like that chunk of consistent, I came out like only knowing that as who I was. And so to untangle that has been like it took more than me. You know what I'm saying? Like it took like God, it took me to fall on my face a lot, like by myself, you know.
I could talk to her all night. Listen, this is
I know. Is it time to go to
this is what
Savages?
no, this is what I want to do if it's okay with you, because I got to get you off camera so we can talk without everybody here, so we can exchange information. No, because I want to exchange information. I want to ask you a few questions that because I'm going to say this in front of everybody. I really would love to do anything with you collaboration wise. Even if you want me to be a moderator on your channel while I'll just sit in the chat, I'm going to be on screen. I am so like honored to have you here, and I would love to do anything, any idea you have or anything you want to do with this channel. You're welcome here anytime.
Thank you.
I'm a guy. I'm under 9,000 subscribers. I'm not there yet, but I'm telling you this. I'm looking to the camera. A lot of people have told me, Tony, your time's coming. I watch a lot of YouTubers. I watch a lot of people, and I'm be honest with you, they're good, but they don't have what I have. I have a different kind of a channel. I have a different kind of a mentality. And with my daughter, I'm telling you, this thing is going to be the one. Logan Paul better watch out because the numbers are coming eventually. They're coming. And if you don't think big, you don't get big. And
yeah.
I've waited my whole life to actually do this. And I know that, might not be next year, maybe a couple years down the road, I'm going to be one of the biggest YouTubers on the scene. So if you would be on, I'd be honored to do anything with you. Anything.
I would be honored. I'd be honored. I would love. I have had. This has been so amazing.
I'll build we'll build a show around you.
No. I'm
yes.
Conversation is the star. But I would love to definitely I've got tons of ideas and I can't wait to be a part of yours if you want to share. But I do want to get my charger. But yeah, absolutely.
Let me end the show so we can the show so we can talk. So guys, listen. This is Victoria Crawford, formerly known as Alicia Fox, right? Guys, this is Victoria Crawford, and I am so honored. Kira, any last things before she got to go? Her phone's so she doesn't die.
Very quickly, I just want to say you are very delightful. You're very nice.
Delightful.
We have met so many superstars over this course of the YouTube journey, and we've had like 70-30 bad responses and good responses. There's not a lot of nice people in the wrestling community.
But you have been awesome. We are in love with you. So guys, let you know to do like, share, subscribe. Alicia Fox's Instagram and everything will be in the description later. I want to get her up for her stuff doesn't die. We're gonna go up, but Victoria, I'm sorry. Please don't leave the show when the credits are going. Just stay because we're gonna be off air in like 30 seconds. Guys, whole spiel. Hug your family members because you're not promised tomorrow. Pray every day because you gotta pray to make it today. And as always, Victoria, my catchphrase is stay tantalizing. Would you mind saying it when I say do what you do best? You say stay tantalizing. You ready?
Yeah.
So do we do best, and that's what?
Stay tantalizing.
Yeah. Stay tantalizing. Take us out. Don't leave, Victoria. Take us out.